Today we're going to focus on Walmart and similar types of companies like Amazon, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General. This is a viewer requested video. Subscriber noticed that Walmart intrinsic value is incredibly low. It's actually $59 per share according to our calculations. Currently, Walmart is trading for $116. The question was, why are we at Interflame Finance thinking that Walmart is going to perform so poorly? Why do we think it's way overvalued? Now, Walmart does have some standout metrics. The return on equity is nice at 25%, return on invested capital at 14.5%. Revenue growth is expected to be 7.3% every year for the next 5 years. Of the 5 companies that we've mentioned, that's one of the top 2 metrics. Debt to equity is 0.8, so that's under 1. That's nice to see, but we really like that to be under 0.7, and return on assets is 7.3%. Now, I do risk spoiling the ending here, but the real reason why Walmart is trading overvalued right now is because the free cash flow yield is just 1.2%. It's incredibly low. Amazon is 0.1%. That's even lower. Target, a little bit better at 5.1%, but Dollar Tree and Dollar General closer to that 7% mark. In fact, Dollar General above 7% mark that we like to see at 9.5%. So if you are new to this channel, what we do is we score these companies between -10 and +10. -10 is complete garbage. +10 is the best run company in the world. 0 is neutral. So all 5 of these companies are above neutral, all above 0, but we really like numbers to be 5 or higher. And the only one that really stands out here is Dollar Tree, coming in with an Interflame Finance score as far as growth is concerned of 6.4. Dollar General is closer to 4.8, but Amazon, Walmart, and Target do lack very strong growth metrics. Now, if we look at Interflame Finance safety metrics, we see something a little bit different when it comes to safety. Amazon ranks a 6.5, Target also above 5 at 5.8, Dollar Tree at 5.2, and Dollar General and Walmart also come in below 5 at 4.0 and 2.6 respectively. Now, we do see Walmart is trading above its historical PE. So the past 5 years, Walmart has averaged about a 35.1 PE. It's currently trading for 40.8. So it's trading quite rich. Every other company in this list, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Target, and Amazon, are trading below their historical PE valuations, giving a little bit more credence and validity to the safety argument. Now, the beta for all companies is pretty good. Amazon's a little high at 1.5. We like this to be under 1 when it comes to safety. The main reason is if the stock market were to go down 10%, Amazon would go down 1.5 times that, or 15%. Now, Walmart does pay a dividend. It has increased its dividends for 53 consecutive years. It is a dividend king. The payout ratio is a very moderate 34.1%. So not only can Walmart probably continue paying dividends, but it can probably continue increasing those dividends as the years tick on. Dividend yield currently 0.8%. So if we look overall at Walmart, we see that the combined score is 2.8. That is the result of averaging the growth and the safety. Walmart is up 18.2% over the past year. Analysts say that Walmart is a strong buy. It's currently trading for $116 per share. The mean target is $138 per share. That would imply a 19.2% increase in the stock price over the next year. But we at Interflame Finance, because their free cash flow yield is so low, that's really hurting the discounted cash flow model that's coming in at $59 per share. Now, what is this intrinsic value? Well, if you go down to the description of this video, I show you step-by-step how to build out intrinsic value calculators on your own in Google Sheets. This is an incredibly important tool for any investor's toolbox. This will show you whether or not the stock price of a company is too high or too low. Is it overvalued or undervalued? If you can buy quality companies at undervalued prices, then you'll be able to buy the best companies in the world at cheap prices, increasing your overall portfolio's performance that much more. And so here in this middle line, we see the base case for Walmart. We see that the $59 per share is based on a very low $26 discounted cash flow model. PE multiples model coming in more reasonable at $92 per share. And that is the base case. And that gives us a negative 96% margin of safety. So in our opinion, you would be buying Walmart at a 96% premium. So of course we can mess with these numbers a little tiny bit, like instead of $1.34 in free cash flow per share, perhaps we adjust this to $1.50. Well, that brings us up to $61 per share because the discounted cash flow model is now up to 29. Maybe we can change this to 10% growth every year for the first 5 years, and then half of that from years 6 through 10. And that gives us a little bit better of a discounted cash flow model, but not that great. You would still be paying an 80% premium for Walmart, and it's just not in the numbers. That free cash flow yield is lacking. They are operating on very thin margins here. So this is why we're not too terribly excited about Walmart. Now, Amazon is in the same boat. Their free cash flow per share is 35 cents. And the reason is they are spending huge amounts on CapEx. They're building out their AI infrastructure. They're investing billions of dollars into that. And so their free cash flow has shrunk dramatically. It is worrying investors. It is hurting their bottom lines. And so 35 cents per share for Amazon, quite low. Can they make something of this build out? Is this actually a great investing opportunity for Amazon? Time will tell. But we see the base case intrinsic value for Amazon based on the discounted cash flow is actually $10 per share. Base case based on PE multiples is $433 per share. So this DCF is quite low for Amazon and for Walmart. So maybe we'll weight this a little bit less. Maybe it's just not in the numbers and we want to more rely on the PE ratios model. So what we'll do is we're going to change this to 20%. and we'll change the PE ratios model to 80%. Now let's check out what Amazon and Walmart are up to. Well, that helps the numbers a little bit. We're still getting $10 per share based on the discounted cash flow model, but we're weighting more toward the PE multiples model at 247. So that would give us an intrinsic value for Amazon at 200 per share. That's a 35% premium on that stock. That would be a 35% premium for Amazon. And Walmart also looking a little bit better, but still a 45% premium as the base case, $80 per share predicted for Walmart. So if we go through these other companies, we see Target coming in at a 4.2 combined score. Now that is if we weight growth and safety equally at 5 each. So growth at 2.6, safety at 5.8, averages out to be 4.2. Some standout metrics for Target is that the forward PE ratio is 14.4. That's very low. And for safety, the PE is nice and low at 16.8. Price to sales very low at 0.5. And they do offer and pay a 3.6 dividend yield. Analysts are saying that this is a hold. Currently $127 per share, mean target 135. That would be a 3.6% increase in the next year. However, we're feeling a little bit more bullish at 149. It actually comes back down to 133 if we weight the discounted cash flow model and the PE multiples model equally. So as a matter of fact, Target is predicted to be, so as a matter of fact, we are predicting that Target is actually fair valued, and we almost completely agree with the average analyst consensus on Wall Street. Now, Dollar General is looking a little bit more attractive. They have a combined score of 4.4. They have grown 16.1% over the past year. Analysts on Wall Street say that this will be a $138 per share stock within the next year. That would be about a 25% increase in the stock price. We are a little bit more bullish based on their great metrics across the board in both growth and safety. We think Dollar General should be trading for $176 per share. That gives us a 37% margin of safety. Forward PE at 14.4, free cash flow yield at 9.5%, 5-year forward PE almost single digits at 10, price to earnings at 16.1, price to sales at 0.5, dividend yield a nice 2.1%, and an extremely low beta at 0.3. This is another company that if there is weakness in the market, if the consumer is hurt and they want to spend less at the register, this is a company that might benefit from that. Now, we've talked about Amazon. They do have great numbers. Their combined score is 5.2, but it's that margin of safety at negative 110%. So basically a 110% premium on Amazon based on their very, very thin margins, their very low free cash flow yield. Analysts are still saying that this is a $313 stock on average. That would be a 15.6% increase in the stock price for Amazon over the next year. So if you think Amazon will be stronger in the next 5 to 10 years because of this AI build out, because of this huge CapEx expenditure, then this is probably going to be a great stock in the long term. But if you are worried about how much money they're spending on the AI infrastructure and the AI build out, then this is maybe something to pause and see, is there going to be any sort of return on that investment in the long term? But you can see they have some of the best numbers of these 5 companies. Great PEG ratio, return on invested capital, very nice profit margins at 12.2%, revenue growth expected to be 12.4% every year for the next 5 years, EPS growth 16.9%, debt to equity low at 0.5. Their interest coverage is 33.7 and the return on assets 8.4%. Now, Dollar Tree comes in with the best score, combined 5.8. This is another company that would really benefit from some sort of recession, some sort of downturn in the economy, increased unemployment. And we see that they have some of the best numbers among these 5 companies. PEG at 1.5, return on equity 34%. Profit margins not too great, but 6.5%, some of the best of these 5 companies. EPS growth 14% every year for the next 5 years. Free cash flow yield almost at that 7% mark. 5-year forward PE in the single digits at 9.6, and their beta is a nice low 0.6. That's very nice for the safety metrics. Now, we think that Dollar Tree should be a $168 per share stock. That's a 31% margin of safety. Wall Street's not as bullish. They say it's a $124 per share. It's about a 6-7% increase in the stock price over the next year. Now, if you're getting anything out of this video so far, please consider liking it. That would really help out the channel. And please consider subscribing to this channel so you never miss a video on some interflame finance growth and safety scores and intrinsic values analysis on some of your favorite companies, your favorite sectors out there in the stock market. This would also be a great place to remind you that nothing that we say on this channel is financial advice. We're not telling you to buy, hold, or sell anything in your portfolio. Always do your own research. Always do your own due diligence before buying, holding, or selling any stock in your portfolio. That being said, if we wanted a minimum combined score at 5.0 and a minimum margin of safety at 10%, well, there's only one company that qualifies, and that company is Dollar Tree. They have a combined score of 5.8, margin of safety of 31%. If we were to invest $1,000 into these 5 companies, really based on these metrics, there's only one company worth all $1,000, and that is Dollar Tree. You'll also note that we have this dip allocation. Basically, what that says is if it's not too great of a deal, then let's just invest some money into it, but let's also hold some into our cash reserves. And that is actually the case for Dollar Tree. If we were to do a dip-based deployment of 75%, then we would put that 75% into Dollar Tree, and we would put $250 into cash reserves. Why 750? Well, because the combined score is just a tick over 5, and the margin of safety isn't too great. It's just 31%. Now, that is a very healthy margin of safety, but it's not 35, 40, 45%. And now, of course, this is something that we can also adjust. So if we were feeling a little shaky about the economy, we don't know what the stock market's going to do, we can maybe knock that down to 50%. And of course, we would put 500 into Dollar Tree and we would put 500 into cash reserves. But at Interflame Finance, we typically keep this at 75%. Now, if there were many companies or some companies had a very high combined score and a very high margin of safety, then we would put more than the base amount into those companies. And we might even invest more than $1,000. We might put our $1,000 plus some from those cash reserves that we've been building up all along. Here at Interflame Finance, we're actually considering starting a brand new portfolio just for this channel where we invest some money every single week to show you exactly how we pick stocks, how we buy stocks, and how we do this dip allocation in our portfolios. If that's something you're interested in, let us know in the comments below, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel and you tell your friends to subscribe and your family and your mother-in-law, because if we hit 1,000 subscribers, we would seriously consider starting an Interflame Finance YouTube portfolio. Now, what if we lowered the bar just a little tiny bit and we did a minimum combined score of 4 and a minimum margin of safety of 10%? Well, in that case, Dollar General has a combined score of 4.4, so that would qualify. Dollar Tree 5.8. So we would put 475 into Dollar General and 525 into Dollar Tree. And that is based on the fact that we wanted to invest $1,000 into these two different companies. We would put less into Dollar General because of their lower score, even though they have a slightly higher margin of safety at 37%. Now, with this dip allocation, we would put 375 into each company. That totals 750 because we don't see anything really stellar in these numbers right here. So we would put the base amount into each company, and we would hold 250 on the side, cash reserves, just in case the market takes a dip and we want to buy quality companies much more heavily. So there you have it, folks. Hopefully this answers some of your questions about why we don't feel too incredibly bullish about the price of Walmart, and while we're on the subject, also Amazon. That very low free cash flow yield is concerning. They are spending a lot of money on CapEx. Amazon because of its AI build out, Walmart because of advertising and just basic costs running a business in this high inflationary environment. So again, if you got anything out of this video, please like this video, please share it with your friends, your family, and your mother-in-law. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next video.